Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to the channel. This is Red Prep and we're leading up to Manchester United visit to St Mary's to take on Southampton in the Premier League. After what seemed like a glacial international break, Premier League action is back. United are back. We have the same manager, we have the same problems. I'm pretty sure that we're going to have the same kind of performances and the levels of quality on show against Southampton FC. Being it an away match, it'll be doubly difficult. Of course, Old Trafford atmosphere can sometimes help us against teams like Southampton, but I think in this match we'll be the underdog, especially playing away, even though they are newly promoted side. They haven't won any match yet. But I think the kind of fall we've seen against Liverpool, I think they'll play on the minds of the players, and especially Ten Hag, who seems concussed and confused like he does all the time. I think if we concede an early goal, we'll be in a lot of trouble. Coming to head-to-head, of course, overall we've only lost twice there against Southampton. We are unbeaten against Southampton in last 15 matches or so. But those are records, and under Erik Ten Hag, we certainly know for sure that records are there to be broken, especially by this manager. Southampton are 18th in the league. We're 14th. We only scored one more goal. We conceded the equal amount of goals, like them, 5. I think it will be a match between equals. I think both teams are equally struggling. Obviously, Southampton are the newly promoted side. They'll take some time to find their feet. But United, after 3 years under Erik Ten Hag, we are still to find our feet. It will be attritional, and I think the onus is on the home team to take the match to us. And on the counter-attack, we are dangerous, so we might get a goal or two. But it's important that we don't concede chances, certainly not the first goal. Coming to players to watch, of course, it's a difficult thing to pick. Of course, for United, Ahmad has been the player of the match, but he didn't start the last match against Liverpool, the biggest match of our season, even though he played most consistently in the preseason. So I'm going to pick Bruno Fernandes, of course, the captain. This season, he hasn't even started. He missed chances against Fulham in the first match, but in the last 2 matches, he's been atrocious. I don't expect him to play any better, but of course, on the counter-attack, if Southampton attack us, we can get a goal, and Bruno is certainly a stat-pad merchant, and he can provide an assist for the likes of Rashford or even Ahmad in this match. For Southampton, they've conceded 5, they've only scored 1. But I'm going to pick defender Sugawara. I think he's played decently. He's got a good right foot. He can play as wing back. He can play as a right centre back. He can play as a regular right back. I think he's done well. And of course, the defense has a big part to play if they are to survive, which I don't think they would. In this match, of course, they'll be aggressive. Sugawara has got intensity. He's got that gas tank. They'll be tough. They'll be tenacious, and it'll be up to United to hit them on the counter-attack when they eventually come out and try to get the goal to get the 3 points at home. Let's move to the tactical board and try to figure out how the prospective lineups will be for both the teams. Obviously, looking at Manchester United, with the ball, we'll start as a 4-2-3-1, obviously ending up with 2 centre-back, CASEMIRO, alone with one of the full-backs staying behind, or none of the full-backs staying behind, with Onana coming up with this 3-1, 6-7, whatever, this mambo jumbo that Erik Ten Hag has come up with. Obviously, we'll vacate the midfield. We'll give them spaces. We'll give them meadows in the middle of the field to pass through us, as expected under Erik Ten Hag. But obviously, we can show this up easily by playing with a double pivot. Menu and Casemiro sticking together. Fernandes being disciplined for once, and the likes of Garnacho, Dalot, and MAZRAOI and Ahmad playing in partnerships. Obviously, ZIRKZEE has a big role to play. He didn't look fit against Liverpool. I think he still needs his fitness and sharpness back. But I think that should be the team for this match. Of course, the likes of Rashford, there's a huge probability that he might start Rashford and drop Garnacho for liking a Ronaldo tweet criticizing his statement about United not competing for the top honours. So that is quite likely to happen, but I'd hope this would be the lineup for this match. Of course, Ugarte is a possibility, but I don't see him starting, even though he did play both the matches for Uruguay. The manager, before the international break, gave an excuse that he might not be fit for months, let alone playing in this match or after the international break. So that will be interesting to see if he drops Casemiro or plays Ugarte with Casemiro in this match. Coming to Southampton, they're playing with the 3 at the back, 5 in the middle, and 2 with 2 fullbacks, flying wing backs, with Sugawara, who has been decent, and Walker Peters. He's troubled us before. Obviously, Walker Peters is right-footed, but he's playing on the left wing, so that might be a place where Ahmad could get some joy. In the attack, they've got two decent players. Armstrong has plenty of pace. Brereton Diaz has a good shot on him. He scored for Sheffield United a couple of goals, and he's decent. I mean, he's good in the air. He's got good finishing. So I think they could trouble us with a tall lad and a fast, smaller lad. I think that could trouble us. Obviously, in midfield, they've got Aribo, who's played in the Premier League before, but the likes of Smallbone and Downs, even though they've got international experience, especially Smallbone having international experience, but obviously they still lack experience at this level, especially looking at the likes of Casemiro playing against the likes of Smallbone and Downs. But I think they've got the tenacity, they've got aggression. The manager uh, would have whipped them into shape over the international break, and I can see them dominate the midfield if they get an opportunity, and certainly if they get the first goal. At the back, they've got Bedronek and Jack Stephens from before. They played in the Premier League. They've been part of relegation teams, so I'm not too fussed about them. Howard Bellis has started well. He looks decent. Obviously, this is a big jump from the championship, and it'll be interesting how he faces against the likes of ZIRKZEE and even Rashford, he plays on that side. Ramsdale, of course, we know what Ramsdale offers. Of course, he's got a mistake in him, a blooper, a gaff. But of course, on the ball, he's great. He's also a decent shot stopper. On his day, he can win a match or certainly give them a draw easily. Apart from the match, apart from the result, we have to look at the big picture. The finances are out. We made another north of £100 million loss. We are on the brink as far as the PSR goes, profit and sustainability thing that we have to abide by. We are on our last bets as a club, as an organization, as a franchise. On the pitch, there is nothing to sell. There is no product to promote. I think Glazers and the new Glazer, Jim Rat, has already milked enough from this club. The writing is on the wall. This could be the beginning of the end of the club. I don't want it to happen, but the figures don't lie, the numbers don't lie, the accountant doesn't lie. I think look at the big picture. We are in great trouble. There's no resurgence on the pitch. There is no prospect of a revival, certainly not in the near future. I don't see the capital coming from the likes of Jim the Rat and the rest of the Glazers and their cronies. In a dim future for United, it seems dark, and I don't see light at this moment. I think the sacking of Erik Ten Hag would have been a start. Obviously, Ineos dropped the ball there. They're trying to raise parking fees for the handicapped. They're trying to sack people, hardworking middle class men and women working at the club, trying to, pinch pennies out of their pockets. They're trying to do exactly opposite of what Jim the Rat claimed. He's not putting Manchester in Manchester United. He's taking Manchester out of Manchester United. The new stadium, he's asking for taxation and people of Britain to pay for it. We don't need a stadium in the north. We need the Manchester United Stadium, a modern state-of-the-art arena to show great footballing skill. We are not showing any footballing skills, and we're certainly not getting a new stadium anytime soon. Focusing at the near future, the match ahead. It's a tough fixture, I won't lie, even though it's against a relegation fodder, a team that just got promoted and is likely to go down. It's one of the favorites to go down. Has only scored 1 goal, conceded 5 goals, was beaten by Nottingham Forest at home on the opening day. I don't expect much from the Saints this season, but sadly against Manchester United, the likes of Armstrong can give us trouble with his pace. In field, they've got some muscle and bite, and if they can get an early goal, St. Mary's will be rockers. And I think with our players, we know that they capitulate and they let their head go down when they concede. I can see that movie happening all over again in this match. But inshallah, we can get a victory. Inshallah, we get the early goal and let the nerves settle in, and the likes of Ahmad get on the ball and to dictate the rhythm of the match and the tempo for us and try to dominate the ball for once in this match. Please join us for the Red Dissection episode. The matches will be coming thick and fast, and I'll try my best to give you all the analysis and the breakdown of the matches coming ahead in the near future. So until the Red Dissection episode, take care, do good, pray for Palestinians, all the oppressed people all across the globe. Assalamu alaikum.